a tag, and the tag is called Past, Present, Future, um, and it's about like your life as a reader. And so, just a little note, I have the questions pulled up. So if I'm not looking straight like forward, it's because I'm reading the questions. So yeah, this tag has been going around, and I will be doing it. And so the first question is, how old were you when you started to read? I would say like when I was 5, when I started kindergarten probably. I was really into reading. It was a huge part of my life, and my parents really encouraged it. And so I really just had a love for reading early on. So yeah, probably when I was about 5. The second question is, what is the name of the first novel you read? I don't know. I I probably had to do. I think Super Fudge. Does that count as a novel? Those books. Yeah. Like those books and like Motorcycle Mouse, Charlotte's Web. I don't know if those count as a novel, but I remember those being like the first big time like chapter books that I read when I was younger. So I guess that kind of counts. The third question is, what book got you into reading? Um, this kind of has a story. Guess How Much I Love You with the Two Rabbits. And the reason why that got me into reading is because my dad used to read that to me like all the time when I was younger. And so it just brings back memories, and I think I just really looked up to my dad whenever he was reading, and that book kind of got me into reading. And it kind of, those four questions, the same answer. What was your first memory you have of reading? Just going to the bookstore, and there was this bookstore where it had like this Blue's Clues comfy couch, like the chair from Blue's Clues, the big red chair. I would sit there and just read books like every Saturday. That's what I would do, and my parents would take me, and just things like that. And so that's my past as a reader, and now let's move on to the present. The first question is, how many books do you currently own? I would probably say around 70. Yeah, probably around that. I haven't really counted the books. I've only counted the ones that I have read, but probably about 70. Because I get rid of a lot of my books if I don't like them. Which of these is your favorite? I really like To Kill a Mockingbird, Sarah's Key, 13 Reasons Why, Bunheads. I mean, I could just go on forever, really. So, yeah. I mean, I can make a separate video about that if you really want to know. And which of this is your most hated book? I don't really know if I have a book, because like if I go into it and I like don't like it, I'll just stop reading it. So, I never really finished a book that I'm like, I don't really hate a book. And what is your favorite genre? I really like classics, but I'm open to anything. I don't like just limit myself to one thing. But if I had a choice to read all one type of book, I probably would choose classics. And how often do you read? All the time, every day, all day, pretty much. Whenever I get the chance. Children, YA, or young adult, or children, YA, or adult, all three. I don't really read children as much. I probably read YA, adult, and then children, but I like all three equally. Um, this next one, I don't know if they're asking me if I'm a fast, intermediate, or slow reader, but if it is, I'm definitely a fast reader. I can finish books and like that, so yeah. I'm a fast reader. I think that's what that question is asking. Who is your favorite author and why? I would say Harper Lee, but she only wrote one book, so I don't really think that is. Um, yeah, I would. I know a lot of people probably have said this, but John Green, he just has this style about him that I really appreciate. Jay Asher, 13 Reasons Why was amazing. Um, There's just so many people I look up to. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Paperback or hardback. Paperback, because I just like the feel of it better. And most of my books are paperback unless it's a new release and it hasn't been out on paperback yet, and I really want to read it, so I'll try to get paperback as often as I can. The next question is, who is your favorite protagonist and why? I think this is obvious. Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. I admire his character so much. It's amazing. He stood up for what was right even when everybody else was against him, and I really like that. So that's probably my favorite protagonist. And my favorite antagonist. I'm trying to think of what I've read lately that has a really strong antagonist. I don't want to take too long on these to think about them, but my favorite antagonist. I'll come back to this one. What is your average book length? At least 200 pages. At least 200 pages. At the very least. Sometimes I read 300 pages. It just kind of depends on what kind of books I want to read. And so my future as a reader. The first question in this category is, do you see yourself being involved in a career related to literature? I really want to become an author and become a successful author. That's really what I want to do. So yes, I would. And do you think ebooks will take over the standard book format? I think we're on that track, yes. But I'm really wanting to be against it, so I do not own an e-reader. So yeah, I kind of am against ebooks. Unless it's like Moby Dick or War and Peace, I can understand people getting that, but I will never get a Nook. I will never get a Kindle. Sorry, but I just don't want to get that because I'm afraid that I just love physical books too much. That, yeah, no. And will you pass reading on to your children? Absolutely. I mean, I'll try to encourage them. I mean, I'm not going to force them to read if they aren't strong readers, but I'll definitely continue to read in the future and hopefully be an example for them and, leave it up to them. But hopefully they'll see how much I love reading and they'll want to follow my example. And who is your favorite antagonist? I have to say the characters, the white people that were against the people in The Help. For some reason, I love that book, but I'm going blank on their name. The Help is my favorite book, and I love it so much. Hold on. I'm looking something up right now. Not Minnie. Celia Foote and Elizabeth Leafold, they're my favorite antagonists from The Help by Catherine Stockett. That's one of my favorite books, and they infuriated me in the movie and in the book. They're horrible. So that's my favorite antagonists. And I guess also the maids and Skeeter from The Help would also be my favorite protagonists. So yeah, and that's all the questions for this. I tag anybody who wants to do this tag. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.